Welcome to another episode of From Fry Can to Financial Freedom. Today, it's going to be a lot of information. A lot of information in this video today. We're talking about the fundamentals to buying a house, right? We're talking about the fundamentals to buying a house. That's something that everybody wants to do, right? Let's understand. Let's understand how we buy a house. The steps, each steps that you have to go to. You know what I'm saying? So let's understand each step and how we can buy our first house and our first property. Let's go. All right. So, does anybody know out there what step one is? Can anybody think about it? Step one. What's the first step to buying a house? Boom, right here. I'll show you. It's saving up. Saving up for your down payment. When you have a house, you are going to have to put something down for your house, okay? You're going to have to make a down payment. I mean, we can put $100. I mean, come on. You can put $150, $200. You can start taking money out of your paycheck. You can invest, which is my deal, to really start saving up for just a down payment, okay? Because a lot of people think that you have to go through a bank and you have to put down 10, 20% or something like that. That's not true. So that's what we're gonna talk about next. So next, this is something that a lot of people run from. A lot of people run from this. So it's going to be your credit score. A lot of people don't like to look at this. They're just kind of like a scary movie. And they're like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it. Your credit score. You have to fix your credit score. Okay? If you look here, read with me. It says, in addition to having a down payment, a first-time home buyer will need a decent credit score. This three-digit number is a numerical summary of a credit report. Detailed document outlining how well you've paid off past debts, like for credit cards in college, student loans. So, you know that you have to get your your credit score. Boy, I tell you what, I just ain't got it today. Boy, I tell you. Anyway, your credit score. You have to get your credit score in order. You know that, okay? You have to pull your credit report, and you have to look at things on there and see if it's accurate. There's some things on there that's not accurate. So get your credit report pulled, Credit Karma, there's a lot of ways to get your credit pulled, okay? So we got to start cleaning up things on our credit. All right, next is my favorite step, getting pre-approved. We got to get pre-approved, okay? So most people in this most people in this country, we get a loan to buy a house, and that's called an FHA loan, okay? That's what the majority of everybody in this country uses is an FHA loan to get a house, okay? This is what it is. An FHA loan is a federally insured home loan that allows you to make a down payment as low as 3.5% to 3% if you qualify. So if you qualify, there's a certain loan that you can apply for, that you qualify for if you're basically a middle-class American, or you can apply for this loan right here, and it'll qualify you. If you qualify, you only have to put 3% down versus 10%, 20%. That's a big difference, okay? So getting pre-approved is basically you going to a lender, figuring out, you know what I'm saying, if they can loan you the money, and once you get through it, the FHA loan and everything that you need to do, if everything's correct, if you've done your work, they will give you a pre-approval letter. They will give you a pre-approval letter. So, a pre-approval letter, that is, when you get a pre-approval letter, that's the major flex. Boom. That is a major flex, right? When you get a pre-approval letter. If you have done your work and you get pre-approved, you are, you're to the next step. Very few people get to that step. You know what I'm saying? So this is what pre-approval means. This is what they do. They collect your documentation. Things like, let's go through proof of income, employment history, proof of assets, credit history, identification, tax returns, W-2s. I mean, their bank statements, they're fixing to pull your entire life. They're fixing to pull your entire financial life on and see what you got going on. And that's going to be either be a yes or no. So we have to clean this part up. Okay. You have to know when, right here, if you look, you know when to get approved for a mortgage. You have to be ready. Don't go in there and you're not ready. And you know your credit score is 500, 400. You're not ready. Okay. So pre-approval isn't just for your lender. Knowing how much mortgage you can expect to take out is also highly beneficial to you as a home buyer. It can also help you narrow down and focus your best options. So, you know, you have to know whenever you do get approved, you have to know how much house you can afford. That's where a lot of us go wrong. Okay, that's where a lot of us go wrong into wanting to get a huge mansion on the hill, and you know you can't. You know you can't afford it. I don't understand that. You know you can't afford it. You know you can't afford it. So why would you get that house? Why? So you have to know how much you can afford. Like I said a while ago, you get your credit score checked out, and then you receive your pre-approval letter. Man, when I tell you when you receive your pre-approval letter, look right here. It says when you get a pre-approved, you usually get a pre-approved letter. There are a few reasons they're my God, what is... All right, so let's try again. There are few reasons the pre-approval letter is important. First, real estate agents typically want to see pre-approval letter before they show you houses. This ensures they don't waste time showing you houses outside your budget. Again, what you can afford. Second, the pre-approval letter is something you can share with the home seller when you make an offer. It shows you won't have problems getting finance for the amount of your offer. So basically, this is going to show a seller that you're not playing. I ain't playing. I'm serious. All right. So a pre-approval letter is a major, major, major flex. Okay. Now, once you do that, you got pre-approved. You got through that step. All right. That was a huge step. All right. Now you got to find a real estate agent. You find a real estate agent. There are very good ones out there. There are very bad ones out there. I mean, my real estate agent is the best. For real. Shout out to Meredith Smeltzer. She knows who she is. So, find a real estate agent. All right? Check it out right here. A real estate agent. This is what it is. This is what they do for you. Okay? You want a trusty home buying guide by your side. Most first timers want a great real estate agent, specifically buyer's agent, who will help them find the right houses, negotiate a great real estate deal, and explain all the nuances of home buying along the way. So they're going to help you. They're going to be like your lawyer, all right? They're going to be like your lawyer. They're going to speak for you. They're going to find you deals. They're going to find you houses, and they're going to let you look at them. They're going to do all the legwork, but you have to pay them, believe it or not, and we'll talk about that later. So finding a real estate agent, and then after you find a real estate agent, you go shopping. Boom, we look for houses, which is very, man, when I tell you, looking for houses is very exhausting. Very exhausting. You get home and you're like, oh, I can't move. So yeah, it's very exhausting. It's very exhausting. So you go home shopping. After you find your house, you make an offer. Okay? You make an offer to the seller. You tell them how much you'll offer for the house. Okay? And they'll either go back and make a counter offer, or they'll take the deal. Boom. Let's say they take the deal. All right. They say, all right, yes, I'll sell it to you for that price. Now we have to go through the closing process. The closing process, which involves a bunch of different steps. Okay. That means getting a house inspection. You get a house inspection. You get somebody to come out there and you look at every inch of the house and tell you what's wrong with it. Okay. They need to fix this. They need to fix that. Like, now. I mean, they need to fix that now. So, a home inspection. You got to get a home inspection. Okay. So next you got to get an appraisal. You got to get people to come out and look at the house, and they're going to compare your house, call comps, to the other houses on the block, and they're going to tell you how much your house is worth, okay? And the appraiser, when she comes up and she tells you how much your house is worth, you're leaning over, and she kind of sounds like,
I think your house is worth $167,000.
and you're like, what? That's how much that house is? So either you can afford it or you can't, okay? Either you can afford it or you can't. If you can, you lock it down, all right? You lock the house down and you go to closing. You're going to go to a title company, and this lady is going to, man, when I tell you this lady pulls out a pack of statements, a pack of papers that is this thick, you're like, I'm going to be here all day long. Probably have to listen to music. I'm going to be here all day. So it's a long process, but when you do, and you sign all the papers, guess what? Boom, you move in. Get your keys and you move in. Man, when I tell you, it is nothing like sticking the keys in the door, opening the door, and you see it, and you're like, it's crazy. It's crazy. You can't believe it. So you did it, okay? You did it. You just have to be educated on what you're doing. Knowing something and understanding something is two totally different things, okay? Don't ever forget that, okay? So when you go through a process, you want to know and you want to understand what you're doing, okay? So that's the episode today. Take that information, and I want everybody to write that information down, okay? And I want everybody to really study that information. What we talked about is step 1, saving for a down payment. 2, check your credit score. Get your credit score in order, okay? Step 3, get pre-approved. And once you got everything fixed, you go to a mortgage company and you say, hey, look at my stuff and let's see if I'm good. Boom, you get pre-approved. Next, you file a real estate agent, and then after that, you go shopping. Once you find your house, you throw out a number. You throw a number out there, and you say, this is what I want to offer. Whether they take it or they don't, boom, you're in the deal. You get a home inspection. You get somebody to come inspect the house and make sure it's worth buying. You get somebody to come out and appraise it next to tell you how much it's worth. And then if it's good, you like it, you close. You go to the title company, and you sign away your life. Woo. You sign away your life for 2 hours, probably, minimum. Once you do that, you got it. You move in. So that's the steps right there. Just wanted to be in and out. We're at, 12 minutes? Doing pretty good. So, wanted to be in and out. I wanted everybody to understand each step it takes to buying a house, okay? Man, if this video helped you today, man, leave a like. Subscribe. Like the channel. We got to get this information out there so people that don't know, even if you do know how to buy a house and you know the process, I got you. All right. But we got to get this information out there to people that do not. So if you know me, share, like, subscribe the video. If it helped you out, man. This is stuff that, yeah, it's, I guess, simple, but we don't talk about it. People don't talk about it. So that's the episode. Fundamentals of buying your first house. Pull the trigger. Get your life together, and let's clean our credit up, and let's clean our finances up, and let's pull the trigger on our crib. All right? Our first crib, and then maybe our second one and our third one. So, starts with your state of mind. You got to understand, and you got to be educated on what you're doing. Don't be a fool going in there, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. Okay? So, I'm out. Throw me a like. Subscribe to the channel. That was what the message was today. Man, pull the trigger on your new crib, all right? It's your boy Low Trey from Finance. Excuse me. Boy, what's wrong with me? That's twice I've messed up, right? That's twice. So, I'm Low Trey from Fracan to Financial Freedom. There we go. I knew we could. We got it, all right? I knew we were going to get it before we got here. But from Fracan to Financial Freedom, I'm out. All right? See you guys next week.